Ahead of this year's US Open final, Justin Gimelstob sat down for an anniversary chat with former champion and American legend Andy Roddick.
15 years ago, the 2003 US Open. What do you remember about that incredible run?
I remember being a little agitated when the draw came out because the only guy who beat me that summer was Tim Henman, and I had him first round. And then second round I had to play Ivan Lubicic. Those are kind of brutal first couple rounds, so I'm thinking I'm in good form. I'm coming in, and you and I are high stress individuals. But I think it was actually a good thing because it got me right into the tournament from the word go.
Semifinals against Nalbandian, not a lot of people remember, but you were down match points. What do you remember about finishing off the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I get kind of, people lead the questioning a lot. Well, you could have won 2, 3, 4. I go, I could have won 0. Let's be fair on both sides. Now, Nalbandian had me in a bit of a sleeper hold in the semis, and for me, I thought it was good for your first slam final to have that quick turnaround and not be able to dwell on it for a day. I thought it was actually beneficial. I felt like I had my legs underneath me, and I came out, and for some reason, I just felt great against Juan Carlos. It was just a matter of kind of getting over the hump with nerves.
Later that year, you clinched the end of your #1 ranking in Houston at the year-end championships. Yeah. What does it mean to actually finish the year as the #1 ranked player and go down in history with some of the all-time greats?
Yeah, it's a big accomplishment, and certainly the monsters of the game have done it, and so it's nice to kind of at least be on some list with them. The surreal part about it was, I remember I was at dinner, and I was trying to make this real because obviously, Andre was an idol of yours, an idol of mine, more of a contemporary of yours. But I listened to him on the phone, someone holding a phone up in the stadium on match point, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, how does this work? If one of my idols wins this point, I become #1 in the world. So it made the world incredibly big and small all at the same time. It was. I remember listening, and I just kind of went out to the parking lot and almost fell down, and people thought I was in cardiac arrest or something. But it was pretty cool.
Juan Martin del Potro beat you in your last US Open. What has impressed you about his game and what he's capable of here and through the remainder of his career?
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, to think, okay, the del Potro we remember from 20 years old, 9 years ago when he wins here. The backhand's great, this, that, all. Each time we tell the story, he was better and better.
At that stage, I thought his backhand was one of his best shots.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But he's at his career high ranking now.
I know, it's incredible.
So I've always gotten along with Juan Martin. He goes about things the right way. He would have won 4 or 5 slams, even in this generation, I think. So you hate to see something cut short because of injury. I'd love to see him win another one. I would love to see him challenge for #1 in the world. You feel like he's finally getting back to where he should have always been.
Novak's had an incredible comeback, winning Wimbledon this year, winning the career Golden Masters. What is impressing you about what Novak is doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that doesn't get talked about enough, I think he's able to get the pattern he wants easier than any player in history. He can switch directions. Agassi was unbelievable at going line, but it was an aggressive shot. It was a bit of an outlier. Novak is just as comfortable rallying up the line as he is cross court, which seems simple enough to people who may not be huge fans of the game, but that's really, really, really hard. And his ability to kind of control the X's and O's and kind of dictate, not pace of play, not hitting someone off the court, but just dictate the patterns and get it consistently the way he wants it, I think is a very, very undersold part of him and his legacy.
And last, Andy, a state of the union of your life. How are you spending most of your time these days?
Oh, it would take a little while, I think. Just
time?
We're busy. I started a commercial real estate company forever ago, and you wait long, you buy good real estate and you wait long enough, it looks smart. I don't do anything that controls my geography. That's probably why I'm not around at tennis as much as I'd like to be. But
2 kids keep you busy.
I was about to say, there's a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old, which kind of dictate terms most days. My wife's just a very talented entrepreneur, and she travels a bunch, so I'm happy kind of staying put and staying home.
And the foundation?
The foundation's great. We serve 3,000 kids this summer, focusing in the out of school time space where we have 3 schools of our own, which serve 250 kids every day. We run 11 different sites across East Austin for Austin Parks and Recreation. My post-tennis life is probably better than I deserve, and it's exciting. I love it.
I actually don't think it's better than you deserve.
No.
I think it's exactly what you deserve. Andy, it's always a pleasure to spend time with you.
Thanks, Gimel.
Don't stay away from the sport too much longer.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, French star Lucas Pouille turns back the clock to when he first turned pro. And we're on course with the 2017 US Open doubles champions, Roger and Tikal. Don't forget to log on to ATPWorldTour.com and chat with us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you next week.